So, Ron, are you ready?
It feels like it.
All right, because It's Just a Model, a 20 times ongoing conversation on the interstitium of innovation, design, philosophy and tech with my friend Ron Kersic and myself, Peet Sneekes. And it's 20.
20.
I wanted to celebrate at 18 because then in the Netherlands our episodes or our podcast could officially drink beer. Well, you can drink beer earlier, but then you can order beer, I guess. Although that's also changing, I've heard.
In the part of the country I'm from, the age was 16.
Yeah, same. Yeah, but drinking, not buying.
Certainly drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. But now we're at 20, so this is, if you follow the pattern, this is the end of the season. But I'm guessing we'll just push on and go further because the topic seems to have some speed. Like so yesterday I talked to another friend, and he's busy in AI production, and it seems like people that are very close to AI, basically the customers ask AI, they themselves see AI as an important tool. To me, it seems like they are too close to the topic. They stopped wondering about what AI might be, and they basically start building. And it kind of disappoints me because they start building and like, oh no, sometimes it doesn't work, so we put new fences. We fence in AI just as long as it goes. It's like having the sun as a beam of light and then limiting it with curtains and with baffles and stuff like that. So you, at the end of the time, have like this little sliver that lights your room or whatever kind of thing. And to me, it's like, no, that's really underestimating and not using the power of, in this case, the sun. But I'm not sure. How do you? What's your look on that?
It's the.
Do you experience similar things?
No, yeah, but I'm trying not to sound obnoxious.
Please do.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna fail anyways. No, I'm really surprised as the how little effort we collectively make to fundamentally understand what this is and isn't.
Yeah,
it's people close to AI, right? Let's bracket them. Somehow seem hell bent on just atom smashing AI in every nook and corner they have.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so just the other day I had a sort of an interview on this topic.
Yeah.
And somebody asked me, how would you advise me if I said I want to replace some of my IT systems with AI?
Okay.
And I shockingly said, or in shock said, don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Why would you do that?
I mean, whatever those systems are, chances are they are somewhat performing up to spec. And if they are, I guarantee you, AI will fail in that context. If that's a system that, operates as an oracle, executes rules based on a upfront understood definition of done or correct or accurate, right? The chances are that's the systems you have. Don't you dare. Don't even put AI, in the vicinity of this kind of stuff. It's something radically different. That same person also asked me then, right, but what do I do if my data is not in order?
Well,
right?
That's pretty much a guarantee, I guess.
Well, that's a guarantee. But again, right, data, that's what you need to feed the oracle. Your data need to be clean and it needs to have a certain schema, etc. Right?
Yeah.
You know what operates really well on the messy stuff? Apart from us, is the little ghost in a box, right? We call AI. You don't need to clean up your data because it doesn't operate on data. It operates on meaning.
Yeah.
Or implicit or explicit. Hiding in data.
Connection.
Or what it thinks it's in data, right? But and taking this as an example, it's the and as an example, there is too little thinking about what is this.
Yeah.
No, there is too little pausing about what is this.
Yeah, and recognizing it. I mean, let's say this person forces
Well,
AI into all the things.
I mean, I mean, in my once upon a time, I really loved working on cars.
Yeah.
You know, wrenching,
Mm-hmm.
love it.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things I learned when wrenching, right, if you're putting a bolt in, right, and you're tightening the bolt,
Yeah.
and halfway through the bolt doesn't want to go on, don't put more force on it.
Oh.
There is a chance you got some measurements wrong, right? And this is this, right? I mean, your example about the sunlight, right? I mean, it doesn't work, so we put more force on it.
Yeah.
Right? And
You
still
limited.
Still doesn't work. Well, even more force, right?
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, it still breaks.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
Of course, but the ball is okay. Put it out, realign, and 99 out of 100 times I hadn't aligned it well, and then it just goes in. And then you know this is what the medium wants to be.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
And this is a medium, and that sounds a bit wishy-washy or consultancy, whatever you want to call it, right? Or my ex-colleagues would say he's abstract again. But this is what it is. It's a medium.
Yeah.
Right? And what's the message of the medium? So I made that reference. So that's one for the checkbox.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So and it's very little thinking about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons why I really needed to have my voluntary sabbatical is the ability to pause, to just sit there and think, why do I feel? So the other day, I got not angry, but really annoyed about a obviously generated presentation.
Oh.
You know the type, right? I mean, nowadays you see them everywhere.
And
And they all have seasons, right? I mean, so
for God's sake,
the previous season was all these candy-colored transitions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and way too much boxes on one page.
Yeah.
And now they have what I call the anthropic season, which the slightly beige, off-white background, serif font, and somehow the subtitle is always in italics.
Yeah.
Right, so you have a header that starts normal, and I mean, and it's always this reddish accent color.
Yeah, it has a hue. Yeah.
It's and I was literally sitting there, and I mean literally, not in the Gen Z literally, right? But I was literally sitting there for almost a day. Why am I so annoyed? What is it that I can pretty much deal with? Obviously, AI-generated text, as long as the idea is original, right? Or at least food for thought-ish.
Yeah.
And
valuable.
And why do I absolutely shut down just looking at an obviously generated presentation, independent of its context? I just cannot look. So I mean,
to me, it's. I mean, I love. So I have a new game, and the game is in LinkedIn because they have a new button.
Yeah.
AI slop.
Yeah.
Wonderful. This is the best game ever.
Yeah.
It's like this is slop, this is slop. And I don't like per se the word slop, but to me it's lazy. This person is lazy. This is lazy. This is lazy.
Yeah.
When I see the post with like the endless sentences with breaks in between, I know you want to give us the aesthetic of telling a story, but when we read it, it's obviously just blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah.
It's making the motions without the action.
Yeah, I kind of also don't like those. This is AI slop buttons. There is also one now on Substack. It's the no, I mean because it's two-dimensional. Do you know the the fake true matrix by Joe Pine?
No.
So Joe Pine and his Mr. Gilmore, they wrote several books. And one of them is from 2007 called Authenticity. Oh, right. And they actually say authenticity comes in two dimensions, right? It's the thing you have, the product, the service, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is it what it says it is? Obviously.
Yeah.
But also, is it true to itself? I mean, a great example, I think, is if you go to Disneyland, which I love to do, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Right?
or Caribbean.
Okay, I was about to say that, right? I mean, it's the aluminium. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the. No, I mean, but the pirates are not real, Pete.
What?
They say they're pirates. Turns out they're puppets,
No.
right? So it's not what it says it is,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's very true to the spirit of Disney,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in
Yeah, it's
that
expected, and also this is the only way it should be.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and you go to a certain restaurants like the Olive Garden or whatever, right? And all the paraphernalia is totally fake, right? I mean,
Mhm.
they are fake vine leaves, etc.
Right.
Right? So it's not what it's, but it's true to itself,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I have the same thing, and I'm now nowadays plotting these things on that matrix, right?
So this kind of like, it sounds like a suspended disbelief. It's the thing that you have with the movie. Of
Yeah.
course, witches don't exist.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Harry Potter is a very enjoyable movie for some people.
right? And you can have the same thing with obviously AI created content, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it can be obviously written by the machine,
Yeah, yeah.
but still it can be very true to your thinking,
Yeah.
your vibe, etc. Right?
These things need to go together. So it needs to
Yeah,
be true to yourself, but also
Yeah.
has the format that
yeah,
strengthens
yeah.
that.
And one of the reasons why I don't like those binary buttons is
Uh-huh.
that, I mean, if you come from the other side, I mean, I think you and I, we are quite handy with words
Yeah.
and pictures at times,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, but not everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
And so many, I mean, so how many people are there that actually want to express something, but don't know how to? I mean, they don't know how to write, or they don't feel confident, right? And now they have this little assistant,
Yeah.
right? That makes these texts, yes, and obviously there are and dashes in there, and there are it's not this, it's that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all these, and you can
Tropes. These
yeah.
are AI tropes.
Yeah, and you
Oh, nice.
you can slag them for that one, right? But in the end, if they bring an idea that's their idea, that's obviously their idea, right? I mean,
Yeah.
especially if I know this person, oh, I can see this is your writing, even though you didn't write it,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So that I'm totally fine with. I mean,
I found myself indeed doing that.
yeah,
It's like, okay, I see that you use this very awkward way to tell your story, but the story nevertheless is interesting.
yeah.
You know, and that's why I call it lazy. I guess the button
Right.
needs to say, "Is this lazy?" Yes,
Yeah,
no,
but I mean,
rather
but-
than AI generated.
Yeah, but lazy what, right? Lazy writing or lazy thinking?
Lazy thinking.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
have this pengram tool, right? I talked about this. Right?
I don't want to judge people whether or not they can
that's
write. No.
But what all these tools do is the writing,
Yeah,
right? That there is
yeah.
this pengram tool. And you can put your text in there, and it says whether it's what parts are AI or not. I mean,
Yeah.
and the false negatives and the false positives are staggering.
Yeah.
At least every time I try, right? But it's just the text.
Yeah.
What I would love is a pengram for ideas,
Yeah.
which of course is slightly more difficult problem to tackle. But who knows, right?
Yeah.
But that's I mean, so that's what that button should be. And the stuff that annoys me
Yeah.
is where there is no idea and it's packed in the empty calories of AI, right? I mean, then it's lazy, right? You had nothing to say, but you know those people, right? You go to a meeting on sabbatical when I used to go to meeting.
Meetings. Yeah, it's a thing.
There's always one person that has nothing to say but wants to say something.
Yeah.
And does.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
And the reverse. People that have something to say but don't.
Because of the people that actually...
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Yeah. So it's that's a bit of a segue. But I was really wondering, why do I so care about this visual thing then, right? I mean, it's I cannot get my brain to look beyond, because apparently visuals is much more stronger to me, right? I mean, I can actually look through the words and see the ideas, but I cannot look through the visuals and see the ideas.
Yeah, because you have a strong aesthetic yourself.
Yeah, I
right.
Guess
You have an
it.
opinion about.
Oh,
that.
very much.
Yeah.
It's the.
And perhaps that's also the kind of blocks your contextualization of the messenger rather than the format.
I mean, but the fact that I mentioned the fake true matrix is because I actually paused for a day, and this popped up in my thinking. And I'm not saying this to brag or to brag about my ability to have a free day, but I really noticed that very few organizations, let's not say people, think about what is this, and what is it not, and maybe that's also that's I want to say what also annoys people. Everybody wants to have an answer, right? What is this? And we have an answer, and then we go on.
Yeah.
And there is no, I have no idea. I think it's this. I think it's a muse and not an oracle.
Yeah.
Let's run with this. Let's see how far we get,
Yeah.
right? And we can always backtrack, and we don't do this.
This is oh man, I don't want to harken. Let's say let's harken back to my work with industrially driven companies.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much all
companies
of it,
that already have a format on how they operate,
Yeah.
and therefore also has a mentality towards like
Yeah.
new things.
Mhm.
And it seems like they have a different approach to discovery. So rather than saying, this is interesting, I'm not sure how this might work out, so let's do this iteratively or very
Yeah.
short iteratively, they rather say, okay, let's make a big bet, commit to this technology that might not fit at all with the needs that we have. Let's say the application of AI at this moment, and then fail.
Yeah.
And the horizon of failure is beyond the horizon of, let's say, somebody that works there, right? So rather than this person being connected with the success or lack thereof of that particular rollout of this technology or a change in business model or whatever kind of thing, it's a task of the industry to analyze and gauge whether or not this is an interesting idea or whether or not it was successful. And so rather than trying to solve the question, is this interesting, valuable, correct, within the horizon of a few months, it is a generational thing, right? So basically, if it needs to course correct, same thing. It goes in 5 years rather than visibly, rather than you can visibly see, okay, we're course correcting here. And I think this is common. And I think AI typically, we talked about this last time, it's basically like a sped up learning curve. We have like, we talk into the AI and get something back. We say, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And we try to hone our own perception of what we actually want to reach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be it a story, be it a product, whatever kind of thing. And traditionally, this doesn't happen, specifically in industrialized contexts.
No, I mean, the industrial company got institutionalized in the Second World War.
Yeah.
Right, by the American War Department. Back then they had a War Department, and oddly, now again.
Yeah, indeed. Perhaps the sentiment towards the industry is also quite striking.
I mean, but the American War Department in, I think, 1941, has to be at least 1941. I mean, they came up with this initiative called Training with Industry.
Yeah.
Because they were spending a whole bunch of money on, defense contracts.
Yeah.
And everybody was doing it in their own way.
Yeah.
So they wanted to streamline this.
Yeah.
And they actually built this whole curriculum on basically on how to industrialize R&D.
Yeah.
Right. So all these things you say literally come out of the intent of the American War Department to make sure that their wartime dollars were spent correctly.
Yeah.
So the stamping out of variation, there it is.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's really interesting because one of the they had these so-called J reports because I think they had the American serial number included J, right? Yeah. And one of them was on how to hire, train, and retrain employees.
Okay.
Pretty much what we now call HR.
Yeah. Oh, that's the template for HR.
Literally.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now
where did they go wrong? Because I imagine that was quite an interesting process.
It's very
and
much.
Effective also.
No, I mean, and one of the things that the Americans did after the Second World War is actually export this management as technology.
Yeah.
Right. This. Yeah. I mean, they have. I mean, I'm not even saying this jokingly.
But it sounds very silly.
But this is what we have been doing, right?
Specifically, and once again, it sounds silly because where we are at this moment, I know a lot of people that call themselves or are called managers.
Yeah.
And they are smart people, do wonderful jobs, but they are not managers in the sense of the word. They are people that want to put their own value inside the project, want to lead towards a wonderful product or whatever, or want to lead
Yeah,
a
yeah,
wonderful team of people.
yeah.
But
That's not management.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least not in that sense, in that context.
Exactly. Yeah. And similar also with HR.
Yeah.
HR has been, marginalized, at least the function of HR, right? And I mean, it's now called human resources. So that's kind of like, probably they do a great job with that particular term. But let's say if you want to grow an organization, that's not HR. That's something that's connected with a vision on how you want to grow and what you want to reach as a corporation or as a company.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
so all of these things didn't figure in a wartime effort.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and this has been my beef. I wanted to say. I mean, but this is it. I mean, this is where our corporations, industrial corporations, come from.
Yeah.
Right, and industrial, I mean, just the corporations, even if they're not doing industry things. Right, I mean, how your bank is organized, exactly like this.
Yeah.
Right, and variation is something
Poorly at the moment.
Yeah, but variation is something that at least needs to be managed, and if possible, stamped out.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's against
Yeah.
the I guess the what
Yeah,
you would call collaboration,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's now,
yeah,
and in this case, let's say the bank system, the collaboration is Swift, for example, like the backbone system of all the banks together.
yeah,
If one bank would say, "Hey, we'd like to introduce a new version," that means all the other banks also needs to
yeah,
adhere to said
yeah,
new feature.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at least, I mean, and now we have a technology that's literally the opposite.
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
literally way too much, literally.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
but again, right? And this is about variation,
Yeah, indeed.
and
Yeah.
this is what you get
Yeah.
in runtime
The
as it
the
happens.
variation is indeed the feature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. I mean,
Yeah.
even hallucination, right? I mean, we say
That
it
is
as
a
if a
variation.
bad thing. This is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, so the other way, I also had to write a bit of a. It's a long story, but I had to write a position paper on the use of AI, and I literally because
Let's put a counter.
we should have this come. No, but I literally advocated for
Yeah.
use AI, generative AI, for exception handling,
Okay.
for edge cases,
Yeah.
for the trade-offs.
Mm.
Right? I mean, that is what it is so good at.
Yeah. Yeah. Seeing and pointing out the things that you wouldn't do naturally.
Yeah, and the things that couldn't be catched in a rule. The
Mhm.
things where an employee would say, yeah, that's what the system says, but I know another way.
Yeah.
Right? And what makes an employee say this or decide this? What's the intuition? What's the judgment?
Yeah.
And how do they deal with that exception?
Yeah.
Where, when, how? All these things. That is where you should use this technology for. And
And all these questions are not welcome at all.
because they're not.
I think that's why
No.
people say, why is this thing making variants that are not interesting to me?
That's it, right? And
Because they don't, because they think variation that doesn't fit my expectation is a bug.
yeah,
It's not a feature.
that's it.
Yeah.
Right, because it cannot be captured in the more or less rigid system. So everything that doesn't fit in there can't exist.
Yeah.
But it does exist in real life, TM.
Yeah.
So when it pops up, we call it a bug,
Yeah.
or an edge case, or a feature request.
Yeah.
Right, but it's. I mean, again, I have said this way too much, but that is life, and that is where you can see where
It's the messy system
where the software,
incarnate. Yeah.
the software brain hits on life with all that entails, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And now, for the first time, we have a technology to actually automate, in brackets, actually organize things that couldn't be automated before.
Yeah.
That's what we should be using it for, and that's what I said earlier. When somebody says, "I'm replacing my existing IT with AI, how should I do this?" The answer has to be, don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
So, yeah, and this kind of harkens back to a message I sent you, right? Because I sent you a message in, I think words should be replaced by AI. And so, it might not be. So I don't come from the direction that you say, okay, our IT system needs to be AI or filled with AI, replaced, whatever kind of AI-fied, whatever. But more like, okay, so looking at, I'm very disappointed by Word and all kinds of Office kind of applications, because I see organizations yielding towards the capabilities of a piece of software, which to me is like the berserk.
Yeah.
You know, it is in the example of the sun, focusing the beams of the sun as just as long as you like this little streak of light. I see the same, but with software in organizations. I see the limitations of an organization by the software that they use.
Yeah.
And so you see social defects, you see cultural voids appear just because, for example, usage of, or let's say the wrong usage of the wrong intensity usage of, for example, Slack and Teams and whatever kind of thing. These are breaking down the social tendons of an organization that is dependent of the interconnectedness of people.
Yeah.
But let's put Teams aside. Let's focus on Word. Word doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't do what I do. It was invented for the following. I type, it registers my typing movements, and it shows what I just did. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And afterwards it says, okay, no, probably need to format it because we have books and we have already decided what a pleasant way of reading stuff is. So let's add that. And it kind of escalates from there, right? We have also supportive tools like spelling check and thesaurus, etc. And that's basically it. Reinvented that in 1992 or something. What's WordPerfect or star writing?
WordPerfect is from the 1980s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's the time frame we're talking about. And
WordStar, early 90s.
It pretty
80s.
much didn't really change from that point.
No, the concept is the same.
So, but what do we do when we write? I know probably what you do. You write because you need a way to order your own thoughts.
Yeah.
You write because you need to see what you just did and be inspired and develop new thoughts. Writing on itself is a creative thing. And also at a certain point you say, this is fine. And you say, you press a button and you share it with other people. So in a pleasant format that can be consumed by others, right? Or can be edited by others, or can be changed or incorporated by others.
Yeah.
And all those things, you don't need Word at all, because it's part of all these features that actually make the thing that you write valuable. Isn't about typing. It is about creation.
No. Yeah, I mean.
So, and that's why I say LLMs at the moment, or at least the chatty interface that I use with LLMs, is a wonderful interface to order my mind, order my thoughts, to enrich it with external data and information and stuff like that. And it makes the writing process iteratively faster to me, and sometimes also frustratingly, but
it's a complement to Word, right? Because nowadays you do two things in Word, right? You have the actual thinking, right? Let's call it the performance, and the presentation of the performance, right? The actual outcome, the actual document.
Yeah.
And I hate with a passion.
Please share me your thoughts.
It's the but it's no. I really cannot think in Word or Keynote or PowerPoint.
No, me neither.
I have to find another medium.
Yeah.
And then I go to Word or PowerPoint, or in my case Keynote, and then that. Right. So I think, but nowadays with AI, you have this clean separation. So my whole rant on a generated presentation.
Yeah.
I actually used AI to make a presentation, but in the following way.
Yeah.
So I was in Codex. I'm building up my story, including the animations.
Yeah.
Right? Codex and I, we're actually figuring out how to present something, and but it's not making the presentation yet.
No.
We're just going through the flow, and the words are going to use, and what, and where, and when, and it's all these things. And at a certain point you say, yes, this is it.
Yeah.
And now I wonder how the complementary PowerPoint looks like. And then Codex goes off, uses his PowerPoint skill. It has a PowerPoint skill. I always have to laugh at the phrase PowerPoint skill, but yeah, right? And,
Yeah.
but and then
contradiction.
but then I get a PowerPoint. It wants to do PowerPoint and not Keynote,
Yeah.
right? And that which I then open in Keynote, and it's done for 99%.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I just shift a bit the layout because I have this thing about negative space. That's kind of me, right? But that's but see the difference. The actual thinking is here, and the actual making is there.
Yeah.
And this separation between the two, that you have two different media to do this, I think it's immensely powerful. And that's why, that's also one of the reasons why I hate the generate me a PowerPoint presentation. Again, it conflates the two again.
Yeah.
But now in the other medium.
Yeah.
You should, I mean, this literate programming. Have I mentioned that concept?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's so Donald Knuth.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. So Donald Knuth wrote...
One of the big writers. C++, no?
No.
That's another person.
No, he wrote a series of... that's Bjarne Sostrup. No, he wrote a series of books called The Art of Programming.
That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the amazing books.
Should be somewhere. No, it's probably not.
You have an Art of Programming here?
No. I probably threw it away with my...
You did what?
Learning books. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, you have that crap and you throw that one away?
Hey, that's the fiction part.
Oh, you make questionable life choices. No, but these are great books.
The schools I went to, yeah indeed.
But these are great books. It's the again, right? It's about programming. So it's text and pieces of programming code.
Yeah.
And for that one, he devised a system where you write both in one medium.
Oh, okay.
And then you have an operation called tangle, and you have an operation called weave. One produces the code that can be executed by a computer from that same source.
Yeah.
And one produces, basically the book describing that code.
Oh.
That's a nice one.
That's interesting.
So you're still writing,
but
at one level of abstraction higher.
Yeah.
And then you have a button that says generate to the one of the lower level of
But this is exactly what I want. So you basically say, Peet, you're wrong, and then you start giving me examples that basically underwrite what I actually mean. You're saying I, Ron, have a system that supports my creative thinking and also supports the way I want to publish.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like given a person that does not work like you, right? It's their core competency is not thinking out loud or thinking in documents and producing interesting thoughts in print.
Yeah.
But rather just doing the drone work or just doing management, for example, right? And you probably need documents, I guess, to do management. I don't know. And they use this tool, and their effectiveness is dictated by this silly tool, specifically Word. I hate Word with a passion because it distracts you from all the things that you actually want to do. You want to create an original thought. You want to steer people into a direction. You want to create a narrative that supports both things. And it does not do that at all. It distracts you from all points of view.
Yeah, but you can't blame the tool, right? You should blame us that we actually think that's again the same thing, right? I mean, we don't pause and wonder what is this tool for.
Exactly.
That's the
and that's why, and we should do regularly.
Yeah.
And this is so I know it doesn't interest you, but I'm active in the sovereignty, digital sovereignty topic, right? Specifically in government, but it could be also be in business. And they say, "Oh, big tech is evil." And they're hating on Microsoft and the legislative limits that this company lives in, right? They can't help it. If the president of the US says, "I want to block the entirety of the Netherlands from using Office ever," it will switch off at that moment, and they can't help it.
No, they have to.
No matter what. They're bound to their laws, and it's fine. But now it's like, everybody's very anxious about that and say, we need to replace Office. And to me, that is like, moment. Why would you ever? I mean, this is the moment to say, okay, we have this. We're not looking at the grain, but we're looking at the field, and we have the option to actually choose from this point how we want to further empower our governments and our companies. And surely it's not a bad extract of office. Surely it's something that's broader and richer and more interesting than that.
Okay, my first response now is don't call me Shirley. Link in the snow globes. It's one of the best.
That's airplane, amongst others, right? I mean, it's also, Police Squad.
Airplane must be the most funniest movie ever.
It is, yes. A Link in the Snow Globes, definitely.
So good.
Yeah.
Watch that, Victor.
Your husband is in the hospital. Oh no, what is it? It's a big building with sick people in it. But that's not important right now.
Indeed, it's not important right now.
Yeah. But that's so to me it's baffling that these people say, okay, we want to replace it with like the open source version of Office, and then all things are fine. And to me it's like, no. Your digital apparatus is as broken as you started, as the moment before this. And the unwillingness or the lack of imagination or whatever kind of thing there's going on to not look critically on how you operate, not only the usage and the tooling or the usability of your tools, and look at what kind of effects it had in the effectiveness of your role and your responsibilities, but specifically also just stop and wonder. Ever.
Yeah, stop and wonder. That's the thing.
And they say no, government is already setting rules, etc. And to me that's fine. And similarly with companies, right? We have the industrial model. It's fine, but it doesn't mean the tools that you use to make it faster or make it better, etc. should be the same tools as 20 years, literally over 20 years ago. But probably 30 or 40 years ago, if you really go back.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think WordStar is late 70s.
Yeah, probably.
On the CPM computers.
Yeah. But to me, if you talk about, and this is the baddest word ever, which I always fight in conversations, low-hanging fruit.
Oh, I hate that.
This must be the lowest hanging fruit ever.
Yeah, because low-hanging fruit is where all the animals eat from, right? I mean,
exactly.
it's nibbled at by animals.
Yeah, it's the worst fruit ever.
Yeah, it's the...
it's not the easy pickable.
Yeah, I mean, you can also call this path dependency, right? We went down a certain path, and that...
Ooh, that sounds like sunk cost fallacies.
That's a good one. But it's very hard to unwind these dependencies because you have to walk the path all the way back.
Yeah,
right.
Indeed. But if you look at the timelines, it's like the timelines are exactly the same. I mean, either find out in 20 years and have like a really big legacy to undo.
Yeah.
Or it breaks, right? It's the what's the model called again? Pace layering, right? It either snaps back, or it snaps broken.
Yeah.
And both cases, you're effed.
Yeah, the amount of time I keep now mentioning pace layers is just scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, give me an example, because I really I've been try to temper it down.
Oh no, I mean it's actually this morning in my this week's edition of Thought Forms. There it is again, pace layers again.
Yeah.
Right? Is that technology moves in a certain time, but institutions in another time frame.
Yeah.
And that is friction, and there's only so much you can force institutions to come along.
It
takes time.
The tension is that's kind of like what I feel like with the building of a lot of AI infrastructure. I feel like at a certain moment, there's something's going to snap, and it surely will not be the things that are already there. Right? So government and energy and stuff like that, they will give in a little bit. For example, saying, okay, we need to rethink about our energy spendage and stuff like that. But before they will go into action and actually doing something about it, it's probably already too late to actually have a contribution, let's say, in the AI infrastructure world. We have something else that we can spend all that new energy into.
Well, I mean, actually, I'm not sure if that's what you're alluding to, but I mean, I actually hope that the craze for building data centers actually pulls forward the investment in abundant and clean energy.
Yeah.
Because that's what these things need.
Yeah. Yeah, I meant it in a broader sense, but yeah, definitely, this is possible.
If this blows up, and it will to some extent,
probably,
we may be left with a much better energy infrastructure.
Yeah.
Better on multiple dimensions.
More reliable, but also fragmented as it should be, right? And not interdependent, for example.
Could very well be. Yeah.
So it's and probably also a lot cleaner. Yeah, definitely, because we have limited amounts of sources.
That's why.
Yeah, that will be quite wonderful unintended consequence. Yeah, and to me that's kind of like the hope as well. But at the same time, I see, for example, I'm still kind of interested in the choice or the narrative that Apple alludes to. Right? They say, we really don't believe in a centralized AI. We believe in a pocketable AI.
Yeah.
Because we think that's more useful in the context of our mobile of our hardware selling business. Although nowadays they also have a lease plan, so I'm guessing software or software services will be a bigger part of it.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I find it interesting that they think about that. It's like, okay, we can go on this bandwagon, but it doesn't really, at the moment, doesn't really make sense to us.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Yeah. I'm actually happy that they think like this.
Yeah.
As opposed to 2 years ago when suddenly they also needed to have AI.
Yeah, and they tried, right? They tried with Google. They tried with OpenAI. Well, I guess they are now committed to Google or a byproduct of Google AI. Yeah. And to me, that's, I mean, finding out is great. What I really appreciate, and I don't think many people also see that. They see it like failures when they switch to another like provider or another possible solution. But to me, it's like, that's like strength in leadership. That's really believing what kind of product you want to build.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't care on and certainly I don't know when they switch to another memory provider for the latest iPhone.
Yeah. Did they?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very sure that across iPhone generations they switch component providers.
Oh, that's yeah. I mean, foundries are limited.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, and they start making more and more of the stuff themselves, including the radios nowadays, I believe. But
they make their own radios, indeed, or modems, stuff like that.
Yeah. So.
And they're kind of like pushing the interconnect. Oh well, enough with the fawning of Apple. But I do feel like it's underappreciated.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think most people say Apple has become a commodity and has stand still since Steve left the building.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, I'm a fanboy speaking here, but I love the calmness of Apple.
Yeah.
It's and calmness and staleness are not the same.
No, I think calmness and being resolute.
Yeah.
Saying we believe in this and we're going to pursue this as long as we believe in this. Yeah. And it seems to pay off at the moment. I mean, still the second most expensive company in the world.
It's a ginormous money printing machine. You just see what these things generate. Just amazing.
But I've heard less and less from the company like NVIDIA because of the scarcity of memories. I mean, they don't want to go into this hardware discussion, but to me, the shortage of memory seems to me feels artificial, feels like it's not really a thing. I just see a lot of companies raising all their prices, and apparently somebody being the boss of memory and saying all the memory goes to AI.
Well, there are
To me,
only
that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make economic sense.
no. Well, I mean, the only it's I mean, it's a premium they are willing to pay, right? And there are only very few large scale memory makers.
Yeah, indeed.
If I recall correctly, 3.
But I mean, it's now twice as expensive as it is like a half a year ago.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like we should surely we should have reached the threshold of it being like an equilibrium between AI machine factories and the commodity apparatus.
We're gonna see. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. But to me, it was kind of like, okay, I want to buy hard drives again for my mom. And nowadays, it's definitely definitely not feasible. It's twice as expensive. It's nuts
I know.
for
I know.
mechanical
Yeah,
drives.
I know. Mechanical drives even.
Yeah, because there's also memory in there apparently, like caching and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I can see that.
Okay. I want to talk about Cory Doctorow.
Corey.
Yeah. And because he's written a book, imagine that, and he's doing a press round. Oh man! So all of a sudden we see like podcasts and articles pop up of his newest analogy that I really don't get. So he uses the analogy of the reversed centaur.
Yeah.
And so he says we used to have the model of a centaur. The human mind is the boss of the power and back end of the horse part of the centaur. And that's how we work. And it works wonderfully, right? We are the lord of a vast amount of power. And he says with the introduction of AI, it kind of flips.
Yeah.
So nowadays we have like a dumb animal trying to power people or trying to force people in certain behaviors. And his example is, so we have this huge amount of AI produced things. And at this moment in time already, probably a few years back, we don't have the humans to actually check what we do. And one interesting example is KPMG in Belgium has made a report, and some doofus didn't say to the interns to hire an AI to actually check on the actual content of the report.
Yeah, again.
And
it's not the first time.
I wonder. I mean, you would almost expect that Cory Doctorow has an interest in the stock value of KPMG, or they connive together to get this narrative started. But it doesn't make sense to me. It never did. I mean, I know what he says. So the output of AI needs to be checked because, well, it's it's not an oracle.
Yeah. No, I mean, he has been on this bandwagon for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's the no. What I always found a bit weird is that this is not an AI specific thing.
No.
This is a technology thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take Charlie Chaplin in modern times, that's a reverse centaur.
Yeah.
Right. Charlie was part of the machine, and he had to work to the machine's rhythm. There is this great example. I think by now it is almost legendary, that Amazon delivery drivers put their a second phone in trees next to the Amazon warehouse. Because the Amazon algorithm would promote people closer to the warehouse. So they just put, this is creative thinking on part of the drivers.
Yeah.
But it also shows you what they have to do to play to the algorithm's rims.
Right,
Which is what reverse centaur is, right? I mean, you have to, the body has to play to the brain's rims. I mean, if that is even true, right? Because I really think it's the other way around, but fine. This is almost like a normal technology thing.
Yeah.
And maybe it gets highlighted by but indeed that these consultancy organizations, which tells you in what business they are in.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, I'm producing bullshit at scale.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of.
Yeah, indeed. That's the interesting thing. You would say that the least if they aim to produce as less
Yeah.
stuff as possible, it wouldn't be a commodity, because they're
Yeah.
surely not in the
Yeah.
business of a commodity.
Yeah.
They are in the business of an original thought.
No, they're not.
But they say they do.
No, sure. They're.
Yeah.
I mean, they're.
That's what they're selling.
I was about to literally to say that they're in the business of selling the illusion of an original thought.
Yeah.
So that their buyer can get away with, look, I have an original thought from company X, Y, and Z, and they are awesome. So by implication, I awesome.
Yeah.
I have seen these organizations work at close hand, where every night a team in India would work on the next 60 pages of iteration in a document or PowerPoint.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean that's the so in that sense. But I mean, but to put a better spin on it, right? I mean, in extreme programming, which was still is a software development method.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
One of the let's say the more agile ones.
Definitely. Yeah. Similar to pair programming.
It's one of the practices they preach is pair programming.
Yeah.
And in pair programming, you have a driver and a navigator.
Yeah.
One that propels forward and one that navigates where the propelling should go to.
Yeah.
The body and the brain.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes you're the navigator.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're the driver. And I think the driver navigator, to me, feels much more appealing than reverse Centaur. Or even Centaur. Who wants to be a Centaur?
Nobody. Yeah. To me, I mean,
no. Yeah.
You can generate all kinds of images, of course, and say, okay, this is. If you see the Centaur, then you know you're talking about the article of Doctorow.
Yeah, and maybe to make some commercial advertisement, I do quite a lot of AI workshops.
Yeah.
Together with my partner in crime, Adriana. Shout out to Adriana.
Woot woot.
Right, and in our workshop, we actually make a point to calculate the ratio between the effort you have saved because you use generative AI, compared to the effort you must invest into assuring that what AI did is good by whatever definition.
Oh yeah, that's probably some diagram with.
Well, I mean, you can have cases where the ratio is 1.
Yeah.
Yes, you saved time and effort in making it, but you had to invest the same amount of time and effort in assuring it.
Yeah.
Right. It's more than just verifying, but that's another issue. It can be below 1, that you actually have to spend more time and effort into assuring that the output is applicable compared to what you saved, or it's larger than 1.
Yeah, indeed.
It actually frees up capacity, right?
Yeah.
And you can, of course, see this is what we use in the workshop to prioritize.
Yeah.
Or at least have some clarity on what is desirable for you as an organization.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be that a below 1 ratio, once you have to invest more time, is still desirable. Because maybe you can now do something you couldn't do before at all.
Yeah, and to me, because that's kind of like what I said to my friend yesterday. It's not the making that is actually the thing that you get out of AI. I mean, making faster is not the feature of AI. It is learning faster. It's learning whether or not the next MVP that pops out of your AI is valuable to you. Is more in line with your expectations.
Yeah. I mean, and again, what we also do in our workshop, last time I mentioned this, is indeed the learning cycle.
Yeah.
Because over time you can improve that ratio. Over time you actually learn.
Yeah.
How to assure better or more effective or more efficient.
And learning is definitively the most sustainable part of your business.
Yeah.
Specifically, if you work with people. Let's say if you replace people with AI, then the learning capacity of your organization basically disappears. It becomes ephemeral.
Yeah, I think also a side effect of the whole industrial organization is that it forgets or forgot that so much of what makes a company unique and competitive is the tacit institutional logic embodied in all the minds of your people. Not one person.
It's the Scenius.
It's literally the Scenius at a corporation scale. The other day I read an article, I'm going to share that one in Snow Globes, about Carl Zeiss, who makes mirrors.
Yeah.
among other things, mirrors for ASML,
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah,
ASML,
yeah.
right? Who are, let's say, they're decently polished mirrors,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. If you would scale it up to Earth size
yeah, it's
level, it will be like a millimeter
yeah.
of deviation.
It's
It's nuts.
it's incomprehensible, at least to
Yeah.
me, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're one of the few companies that actually can do this,
Mhm.
but that's not because they have a better polishing machine,
No.
right? There is something in that organization that made it so that they pursued this path,
Yeah.
that they can do this, and that they can keep doing this. Right?
Yeah.
Great. I mean, it's basically from the book From Good to Great, right? Tom Collins.
Yeah.
It's again, right? I mean, in the end, I mean, what separates great companies from good companies? It's not having better machines or faster machines, or it's something institutional, something ephemeral, something Scenius like.
Yeah, indeed. It's sometimes kind of like a lexical gap, but the funny thing is, it only exists because the people that are prone to be forgetfulness forgot to get to take the pill that prevented them from forgetting
things. Yeah,
right.
I forgot to take the pill that
That that helps me remember that I need to take the pill.
Yeah. And I think AI really injects in that kind of system.
Yeah.
Not the IT, not the rule system.
No,
in this kind of, let's call it Scenius, like, I need to come up with a name for the corporate version of Scenius, but
yeah,
or maybe not. But there is where you need to inject the type of AI we talk about.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's the formal pros of a company.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the informal pros.
The informal and you can take this informal and that is my data argument again. You can take this informal pros, and instead of shoehorning it into JSON, right? You just take it.
Yeah, exactly.
And give
As
it to
it
the
is.
AI.
Yeah.
And guess what? Lo and behold, it works with it.
Yeah.
In surprising ways.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good. And surprisingly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a slot machine, right? It's like pulling the lever and getting something, I wouldn't say unique, but let's say something that really aligns with your ideas, but with different focus. You know, it's with the different, I see you use this word a little bit more. Let's focus on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, I agree with specifically that, that sentiment of a industrial Scenius.
Yeah.
Because that is, so I've been working at a company that's been taken over twice, or at least I've worked with two companies that both have been taken over. And the first thing that they do was say, nothing will change. Well, of course, everything will change because that's kind of like the point.
Yeah.
And the next thing is, well, we want to integrate the things that are always the same ever. Okay, so I worked at a design agency with HR and with a marketing team with like the top-notch people, because the key thing that you have is a limited amount of talent, just because there are limited amount of talent in the market, not in the company. Yeah. So the key thing that you want to do is both grow and at the same time preserve said talent to make and also expose it to the world. Look at us, because this is our equity. And the first thing that you do with the takeover, apparently in the script says, do away with those people that ensure the character and the quality of a company like that. And to me, that's unforgivable. The blindness, I mean, not the hubris to do that, but the blindness to see what the possible or the guaranteed consequences are of that. And so indeed, because they're not explicit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say in our HR lady is the backbone of our creativity.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely an Achilles heel in this case.
Yeah.
And we need to pay attention to that.
Especially now you have a technology that can amplify this.
Yeah.
I mean, in that article I alluded to, it's the I think the title was 0, 50 to 100%.
Yeah.
As in, don't do anything with AI, 0%.
Yeah.
And then the 50 and 200 is if you have this technology that releases twice as much human capacity in your organization, what are you going to do with that human capacity?
Yeah, exactly.
Apply it to more, 200%,
Yeah.
or get rid of half of the people. That's a 50%.
Or create a new capacity, like a different capacity.
I mean, use the human capacity for something else,
Yeah.
right? But again, that's the and of course that I think that article ended with the phrase, "What do you think happens when a 50% company hits on a 200% company?" Question mark.
Yeah. Nothing good, I suspect.
For one of them, not. No.
Yeah.
And the other one won't notice.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
actually think.
Yeah. That because it's kind of invisible. I think that the takedown of all this, of this entire conversation. I don't probably should like this. I have the feeling I'm being a Jerry Springer, at the end of the show and saying, "Oh, just people take care of each other, be kind to each other." But in this case, it's also. I feel like specifically that where we are at the moment in our industrialization and the tools that we have available, etc., we're kind of like stuck, and we are doing the things because we are doing the things.
Yeah.
And I think intentionality and dare I say purpose, being aware of your purpose is gone. And they are surely not used as tools to steer to a specific direction and to be a unique and valuable contribution to the rest of the industry or to people or society or whatever kind of thing. And to me, that's kind of like, this is a letdown. I really want to correct that.
Yeah.
Because I think intentionality, although for both of us, it is our products, right? It's instilling intentionality to people, organizations, groups, etc., and creating accelerating the capacity to do so, and questioning things and stuff like that. But it's happening far too few. I feel like things are breaking because we forgot.
Yeah.
Well, that's a letdown.
Well, so two things can happen, right? The breaking continues, or we wake up.
And probably one after the other. Yeah.
I mean, either we get a new type of corporation thanks to AI, or AI fizzles out because the existing corporation extinguishes it.
Ooh, I don't think it fizzles out. I think it might be an experience that will shape us into a lot of time. It won't be like the bent screens hype, right? It won't be the 3D film hype, because they definitely just disappeared from the scene. Except for the places that they couldn't replace the 3D movie projector with good ones.
Yeah.
But I think the AI revolution, as we are in the midst of it, shaped us.
Yeah.
Either being bad or good. Yeah. That will be like for the historians to say. But it definitely changed a thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right. And now let's do it intentionally. Sorry, this is the callback to the title of the show. Sorry, guys. That's kind of like the Jerry Springer kind of thing I wanted to
What's the title?
Noesis. Yeah. It's good. Anyway, Ron.
It was fun.
May I thank you for this wonderful conversation.
Likewise,
I think we progressed once again in our understanding of where we need to go. And thank you all to watch this wonderful podcast. And should you want to see more, because Ron makes wonderful show notes, snow globes, with additional information, articles that you can read, go to itsjustamodel.com or just read the show notes, snow globes in all our, I think in most podcast apps. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you next time.